Bars.
Live from the Windy C Radio studio in the shops at Iverson. This is the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WindyCRadio.com, the Windy C Radio app, Facebook Live and YouTube Live on the Windy C Radio pages, and of course, it's all powered by GoWin.media.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, and everybody in between. Welcome to the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is, of course, the one and only Bars. Right here with your man, AJ Throwback. Got one of our special guests already in the building, my main man, Sean. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, glad to have you here, brother.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad to be here, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, so, Ra is 1/3 of the trio that we have live here today with Nick Blast and also Young D, the Dream Crew, you know what I'm saying? So, we're going to be talking to these brothers at about 11:15, 11:20. Got rolling a little bit late, but I appreciate everybody who is tuned in right now on Facebook Live. I see you. Tiffany, appreciate you for tuning in. And, of course, Miss Razzle Dazzle and Daddy Razzle Dazzle tuned in from South Carolina. Appreciate everybody. Hey, tell somebody we on. You know what I mean? So, like I said, 11:15, 11:20, we have Nick Blast with the Dream Crew, Sean, and Young D. And at 12 o'clock, calling in from Jersey, we have Natalee Gilbert, CEO of the Fresh Finds, head of PR for Federal District Records. So y'all definitely want to stay tuned. We got a packed show as always today. But we're not going to waste too much time. We're going to go ahead and get right into the music. Before we get into our interview, our first interview, this is A Law with Unconditional Love on the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day. Shout out to the fathers out there that take care of their kids. Shout out to the mothers too that play daddy. Y'all heroes too. Let's get it. It's unconditional, it's unconditional. The love I have for you is so spiritual. It's unconditional, it's unconditional. The love I have for you is so spiritual. It's unconditional, it's unconditional. The love I have for you is so spiritual. It's unconditional, it's unconditional. The love I have for you is so spiritual. From the moment that I held you, I couldn't wait to tell you how much you mean to me. You're a dream to me, and you came true. I couldn't wait to name you and to claim you. Since your birth, I really knew your worth. And now that I'm your father, I gotta go harder. I'm proud to have a daughter, head above water. Daddy's little girl, you the joy of my world. You're my heart in human form. I thank the Lord every day that you were born. And no, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Yes, and every time I'm hurt, you're the cure to my stress. I love you more than life itself. Whenever you're in need, I provide the help. Us together, we're invincible. And the love I have for you is unconditional. It's unconditional, it's unconditional. The love I have for you is so spiritual. It's unconditional, it's unconditional. The love I have for you is so spiritual. It's unconditional, it's unconditional. The love I have for you is so spiritual. It's unconditional, it's unconditional. The love I have for you is so spiritual. I was there for your first steps when you first spoke. I remember both. Now look at you, you getting older, a little lady. This still my baby. It's so crazy how you really changed my life. You're the reason why I try to do right. You the reason why I go so hard. You the reason why I got this far. Without you, I don't know where I'd be. You're a mini-me. You're a part of me. You're the greatest thing I ever created. I'm so proud. I gotta celebrate it. Look, I love you more than life itself. Whenever you're in need, I provide the help. Us together, we're invincible. And the love I have for you is unconditional. It's unconditional. It's unconditional. The love I have for you is so spiritual. It's unconditional. It's unconditional. The love I have for you is so spiritual. It's unconditional. It's unconditional. The love I have for you is so spiritual. It's unconditional. It's unconditional. The love I have for you is so spiritual. Y'all heroes too. Let's get it. Yeah. Shout out to Anita Baker. Soulful. Just right for the occasion. Watch me work.
Spot where you pull your new customer. If you're a nascent or established business or entrepreneur and you believe you have the right product for our audience, then advertise with Bars. For more details on our rates, packages, and deals for first-time clients, email balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
Import wine. I don't know nobody that got $1 million. I don't know nobody that ever went to Harvard. Yeah, I'm from them dirt roads where a lot of sold. And all the winos chill by the bandos. Yeah, those gunshots where they playing hopscotch. Pops by the sandbox, working on a 20 rock. Yeah, they say they love skull lay in the flow. But if I have a show, will they really go? Picture this a lyricist that's hungry like piranha fish. Hotter than the fuse that NASA used to light the rocket ship. Angry at the world because it's so full of L's to the face like I'm playing with a hockey stick. Yeah, I'm trying to make moves surviving in my city. These killers at attention like was on my yeah, I lost family and friends in these streets. Yeah, my dog Fry got by police.
This life I live gets so rough. Hell no, I'm not gonna give up. I got too much to live for.
Every day is crunch time, like I'm eating pork rinds.
See ball going down. Be careful who's surround me. Keep all the hate from around me.
Every day is crunch time, like I'm eating pork rinds. Yeah, I got dark skin, yeah, I got nappy roots. Still a even with a missing tooth. Yeah, I've been homeless, yeah, I've been locked up. Robbed a couple people all before I really gave a yeah, I see those vultures preying on my culture. Working with the snakes, so I gotta burn the sulfur. Few people love that Donald Trump is president. I guess now they can't be mad cause OJ innocent. This politics will damage you like cigarettes and liquor do. Hit you with a line or two and swear that is true. Living in the cloudy world but telling you the sky is blue. Show me how an owl gon' bark. Tell me how that dog gon' who been through it all. No water, no lights, no food, no clothes, no Christmas, no bikes. I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm black, I'm a I don't give a though, this is my
This
life.
life I live gets so rough. Hell no, I'm not gonna give up. I got too much to live for.
Yeah, every day is crunch time, like I'm eating pork
I know
rinds.
people going down. Be careful who's around me. Keep all the hate from around me.
Yeah, every day is crunch time, like I'm eating pork rinds.
Every day's a struggle, gotta hustle on the double. Try to spread my wings, so I gotta build my muscle. They try to take your mind, they just wanna keep you blind. They coming for your soul, I'ma keep mine. when I was coming up. Never thought I could, never thought I would. All I thought was jug, never focused on the good. Now I know I can, I'm a man, focus, make a plan, got a vision, hope you understand. It take a lot just to make it, and people job just to break you, but you can change the world and create the path that it take you. I ain't preaching nothing, I'm just sharing the knowledge. There's certain things that they're not gonna teach you in college. Like it or not, take it or leave it. If I set my mind to do it, I'ma achieve it. Better believe it, mind in agreement, and hustle every day like you fucking really mean it.
This life I live gets so rough, hell no, I'm not gonna give up. I got too much to live for.
Race.
Yeah, every day is crunch time, like I'm eating pork
I know
rinds.
people gon' down me.
Yeah.
Be careful who surround me.
Yeah.
Keep all the hate from around me.
Yeah, every day is crunch time, like I'm eating pork rinds.
If you're an urban contemporary indie artist, then this is your platform. Send us clean versions of your music to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
Tears, anger, frustration. My life. My bad, I know I ain't smiled in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told my son, hold it down. My bad, I know I ain't smiled in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with my smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told my son, hold it down. My bad, I know I ain't smiled in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told my son, hold it down. My bad, I know I ain't smiled in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told my son, hold it down. My bad. I got a lot on my mind. My real messed up right now. Sitting in the dark space, tears running down my face, can't mask it. Images of my mom in a casket. Dad overdosed from a habit. Laying in a hospital bed, so left his body. Wanna punch a wall, I'm sorry. I wanna air out a lobby. I wanna hurt somebody. I wanna help from my mommy, tell her I'm sorry. I went to work that day, didn't know you were so sick in your body, yo. Please tell me heaven got visiting hours. I sat in cold showers to keep me from jumping from very high towers. Suicidal and I hate it. This world is mean and I hate it. Thought about hanging myself, but I know that my kids cannot take it. I'm hurt, I can't shake it. Hubby, he looking and crying. Why do my wife wanna die? I wipe the tears from his eyes, go in the bathroom and cry, asking God why. I don't know how much more I could take. Rolling up trees, hoping to escape. My bad, I know I ain't sound in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told my son, hold it down. My bad, I know I ain't sound in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told my son, hold it down. My bad. Tears burn my face like acid, smiling to mask it, major depression. People claim that they love me, the next minute they don't. My man told me to trust him, I won't. I'm just a ghost in a horror show. Curry 2 clips in my torso, ready to shut down a scene like a foreclosure. I'm about that life, I ain't gonna hold you. God, I need you, my mind is all over the place. Demons all over the place. I'm about to air out this place. None of these wannabe gangsters are safe. God, I'm hurting on the inside. I'm so tired of crying. Everyone I love keep dying. Bills keep piling, kids keep wilding. My man over there is a chick face smiling. Looking at her photos and crying, wishing I could go back in time. And memories rewinding. I find that the so-called friends are unkind. And I'm a star, but I'm not shining. Studio grinding, true feelings, I'm hiding. Shipwreck, presiding. Wanna be from riding, homicide, and bonding with the Clyde. I know I'm wild, my bad. I know I ain't sound in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told my son, hold it down. My bad. I know I ain't smiled in a while. I got a lot on my mind. I had a lot with a smile. My mom and dad in the ground. I told my son, hold it down. My bad. I know I ain't smiled in a while. Got a lot on my mind. Had a lot with my smile. Yeah.
Bars on Windy City Radio.
I actually like that tape.
there be one thing left to do. All I wanna know is, do you feel it too? It's something about these true nights, like love is here to bloom, bloom, bloom. Some nights I would fall from the sky, even when the stars don't shine. Sleep is good, so smoke you tonight. Wasting hours, stumbling to fly. You're so far, got me running a mile. You're so far, drive me crazy. Watch the sun drown on a June night. If it feels right, watch it over the town. Watch the sun drown on a June night. If it feels right, watch it over the town. Watch the sun drown on a June night. If it feels right, watch it over the town. Watch the sun drown. Watch the sun drown. The sun drown. Watch the sun drown. Captured by the waves, sinking into space, making my home place. Restart in the morning. Watch the sun drown. Crashing my own base. You don't have to stay. Black burns into gray. Waves quietly storming. Watch the sun drown. Sun burst into flames. Things won't be the same. Let me captivate. Tides will be roaring. Watch the sun drown. When the sun drowns, we'll be free now. Won't be long now till the sun drowns. Watch the sun drown. Sun drown. Sun
Welcome back to the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah. That was Noir with June Nights. Before that, we had T-Spaz with My Bad. Muff Scolay featuring Reese Crack and Lady Dimples with Crunch Time. And starting off the set, we had A-Law with Unconditional Love. Shout out to everybody who is watching on Facebook Live. Shout out to my sis Neen of Let's Be Clear. Nina and Becky, they'll be on actually next Tuesday, 6 to 8 p.m. right here on WinDCRadio.com. And if y'all did not see Mike's Corner last night with the fellas, oh my gosh, y'all need to go back and watch that show. It got heated. Please support my fan right there. Shout out my main man Calvin Williams, of course. Lush Vibes Radio. Make sure y'all check him out Tuesdays, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. on Radio Free Brooklyn. That's my brother right there. And follow him at Lush Vibes Radio all across social media. Shout out my sis Pandora Love. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. My fellow Libra sister. Her birthday is upcoming this Sunday. So happy early birthday to you. Miss Jetta, I see you checked in as well. Christine, appreciate you for watching. Let's see. I think that is it. And yeah, got a lot of good feedback on those songs that we play. So I guess I might know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, you're doing your thing.
Yes, absolutely. So, well, we got one of our guests right here right now. We waiting for the other two to come. But while we got him here, let's go ahead and do this.
Whether they're artists, athletes, entrepreneurs, politicians, activists, or simply folks you need to know, we've got the line to the movers and shakers of D.C., Maryland, Virginia,
once again, we have Ryder Sean in the building. How you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling blessed, you know.
That's good. Me and Rod was having some good music conversation before we had a music conversation.
Most
you know,
definitely.
Yeah, you know.
It's all about the craft, and you know, I just respect good music. You know, anybody out there putting out a positive influence, or if you just got some good music that sound good, it's good for the heart, man, good for the soul.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's all about, man.
Absolutely, yeah, and you definitely make that type of music yourself from the stuff that I've heard from you. You know,
I
like
appreciate
sharp,
that.
man. I respect sharp lyricists. You know, people who have a message to what they talking about. You know what I mean? So I'm appreciative of what you're doing for the culture.
Absolutely, man. That's what I strive to do, man. I got so many people that I look up to, man, that I studied and watched, doing music, before I decided to do this myself, to be serious about it. And they had a clear message.
Yeah.
And they didn't stray away from it,
Yeah.
And I'm definitely trying to pick up, where my homeboy Nip left off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep that
Yeah.
marathon going. So
That's right.
We're gonna push that positivity. We're gonna push unity. We're gonna push the love for the people. We're gonna push generational wealth. We're gonna push taking care of your family.
Yes.
We're gonna push being proud of who you are.
Yeah.
Taking care of your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Fixing everything that's wrong with this life. It's all about mentality. So
that's right.
That's what I'm all about.
That's right. Yeah. And that's funny that you mentioned Nipsey, because I think a lot of people who, like, even if you were a newcomer to what he was doing, like after he passed, I think like his impact, we haven't even really seen the full impact of his legacy yet. You know what I'm saying? We're starting to really see it unfold. But like, I think even years from now, like his legacy is going to extend and influence so many people to do exactly what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And make the type of music that you're talking about. So speaking of influences, before we even get there, because I understand you're originally from Detroit, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So were you influenced by like a lot of Detroit lyricists at all?
Man, absolutely. First off, man, there's this I don't even call him a local rapper, man. He a street legend. My man Blade Icewood, R.I.P. Blade Icewood. He's one of the first people in Detroit. My cousin, Richie Rich, he a rapper in Atlanta. He put me on to Blade Icewood. I started listening to him when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old. And he always had that vibe too about being a boss.
Yeah.
Everything he did was about being a boss, owning yourself, owning your businesses, taking care of your fam, and he represented for the streets. Big Sean, definitely my guy, man. Heavy lyricism, smooth, cool, laid back dude. I always rock with Big Sean music. M, just a versatile monster.
Yes.
That's what
indeed.
it is.
Yeah.
But I've always been around some of my family members and other good close friends that was doing music, and they always had good things, to sharpen me up too. Iron sharpen iron.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
My cousin Tone, my cousin Mike Dub out there, man. Shout out to him. He hit me up, told me he watching right now.
Yeah.
They loyalty fam. My homeboys, LOM, loyalty over money, man. Let me see, my guys Pint, everybody out there doing their thing in Inkster. Chad Rodo, he out there in Detroit. What's the joint? Highland Park. I got some other guys, man, everybody doing their thing. VC Beats, one of the guys, man, that really believed in me when I was in college, put a lot of positivity into me. So I appreciate all them people.
Yeah. So what have you noticed since let me first ask this. How long have you been now in the DMV area?
Been in DMV for about going on 4 plus 5 years.
Okay. What brought you out here?
Man, my brother was in the Navy, so he got stationed here in Bethesda.
Okay.
And he just told me it was a lot of opportunities here. A lot of ways to make money. A lot of good black people working together.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Detroit, but at the time I had lived in Memphis, Tennessee, and I was going through some things down there. Didn't feel like I was getting the advantages that I wanted.
Okay.
So when he gave me the call, gave me the opportunity, I just went and did it.
Yeah.
Just came through.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
See, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice here.
Yeah. Sometimes like people will come here and it can be hit or miss. Some people love DC. in the DC area. Some people like, you know what I'm saying? So it's always, whenever I hear people say that they actually love being here and they not from here, you know, it always makes me feel good because it's like, okay, we got a little something going on.
Oh yeah, man. Plus me, I'm a genuine person. You know, I come from genuine and humble beginnings. You know, small city. You know, right outside Detroit, Inkster, Michigan too, man. Shout out to Inkster. Shout out to Detroit, my hometown. Shout out to DC, man. I'm here.
Yeah.
But you know what? Being in these places and learning how to, you know, get along with people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big people person.
Yeah.
So coming here and meshing into the crowd, it was easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a big gentrified place here. A big diverse. I didn't mean to say gentrified. My bad. It's a big diverse group here. You know, we got Black, Asian, Arabic. You know, some of everybody. So as long as you're a good person, I believe that you can go anywhere in this world and make it.
That's right. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Definitely with you on that. What's been like the differences in terms of like culture when you're talking hip hop, or when you're just talking culture period, from, you know, you coming from Detroit and even in your time in Memphis, like what's been the differences in culture when it comes to like hip hop and how people, you know, approach it between Detroit, between Memphis, and then coming here to the DMV?
All right, cool. I'll say from Detroit perspective there, a lot of people really rap what they going through.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even like, you know, rap for entertainment no more.
Right.
It's like storytelling.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, this my life.
Yeah.
This my pain. You know, and they got that everywhere. You know, I ain't gonna discredit that. It's definitely there in Memphis. It's definitely there here in DC also. But, you know, in the Detroit perspective, a lot of people say that the lyricist is a lot different. You know, we tend to be real sharp on that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
down in Memphis, it's amazing. They learn how to ride that beat.
That's
and
true.
Catch that vibe.
Yeah.
And, you know, they got the down south lingo too. So
Yeah.
you know, and it's a little different. You know, I think that everybody just they speak about what they're going through. So down in Memphis, or, you know, something you dream of or aspire to do or to be. So, you know, a lot of people sometimes when they be like, oh, people be rapping about stuff they don't got, or, you know, they ain't rich yet, they ain't there yet. Nah, man, that's that hustler ambition.
Yeah.
You know, down in Memphis and Detroit too, definitely. Down in Memphis, they got hustle ambition.
Yeah.
So they rapping and speaking into existence when they trying to get what they want.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here in DC, it's a compilation of the same too. But, you know, DC, they got their own rock too, you know. Here in DC, I kind of picked up on the music, you know. A lot of people, they really, it's just different.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to explain. It's just different, you know, but it's all good. You know, you hear the storytellers, you hear the people that's with the ambition, and then you hear people that just got straight bars.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's, I mean, I've never been to either Detroit or Memphis, but like just judging from like the lyricists or the people who've been the most prominent from both of those areas, I think that's the most accurate assessment, like being a person from the outside looking in, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that you've actually been to these places, I mean, from one of the places, you know what I'm saying, I think it's important for a lot of artists to be well traveled in that way, to like experience like how different places get down when it comes to hip hop, because, you know, like me, I got a lot of friends from New York, I got a lot of friends from Philly, a lot of artists that I know from these areas, from Jersey, a lot of artists now that I'm like interacting with from the South, specifically like South Carolina, places like that, Atlanta, you know, and it's like everybody brings something different, but at the end of the day, the people who are really serious about their craft, like you hear it, and it's just a matter of like, the only difference is you really hear a lingo, but outside of that, like the story is similar, the struggle is similar, you know what I'm saying, and the skill level is similar, you know, it's just expressed differently.
But what I learned from it, you know, like I said before, I'm a big people person.
Yeah.
So I got the time to be able to live in these places, live amongst these people, and see exactly what they're going through.
Yeah.
So when I speak through my music, I can touch your heart right away.
Yeah.
I've been in there.
Yeah.
I know how that is. You know, I done slept in the trap with a couple homies.
Yeah.
I done seen Shorty go through some problems and getting beat on and had to help her out.
Right.
I done seen, you know, people's mamas that need help, need some groceries, need stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when I speak on that, you know, when I get that uplift and empowerment through my music, it just hit them right away. It's just like it's undeniable. Almost.
Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because it tees up a lyric of yours that I wanted to bring up. So from your song, so The Keeper, which man, that's a powerful song, bro. Like, first and foremost, the production on it is like top notch, and then like immediately like you come on the track, and it's like, it was funny, like we having this conversation about like these different places, you know what I'm saying, of hip hop. Like, I've always felt like Detroit has something special when it comes to like music, period. But hip hop, I've always felt like Detroit has always had some of the best lyricists. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best like rappers, you know, and I can honestly throw you in that conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I like, seriously, like that's how much I'm feeling your music, bro. I
appreciate that, man.
So your song, The Keeper, it's a couple of lines where you say, hold on. Oh, okay. So Nick said he had an emergency. So
that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah. So, but back to The Keeper. So you say, the drive you crazy, chasing a hopeless dream. I was even homeless for a host of weeks. Woo.
But I prayed behind the scenes and God opened the crease. My spirit gained strength and fear started to decrease. I was open to receive it, then I started to see no weapon shall prosper against me with this kind of decree. Yeah, that was real. I was homeless.
Yeah.
For a minute.
And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I want talk about that experience, like of like being out there, like how it not only like fueled you to like keep going, but also like it humbled you.
It made me appreciate life a lot more. Before I was in that state, I was actually doing very well.
Okay.
I was doing very well. You know, living out here in Silver Spring.
Okay.
We had almost like a penthouse type apartment place. All the homies coming through, bunch of parties, everything. But I was neglecting it. I wasn't living to my full potential, and I wasn't doing my dream. Right. I wasn't using the gift that God gave me. Yeah. So they say God giveth and He taketh. And in that moment,
that's true.
He took all those things from me. You know, I lost the crib, lost some friends, lost my car, you know, lost a lot of things. But all in all, I gained the life experience. I gained the lessons. I gained appreciation. And throughout that time, I sat back and I ain't let it put me down. I reflected on it and I wrote it out. Yeah. You know, that's how I got out that energy. Instead of turning to the bottle and drinking a lot or drugs or going crazy in these streets, robbing somebody, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to sit back. I'm going to write this pain out. I'm going to come back harder with my music. Just work hard and get back to where I need to be. Yeah, yeah. And that's you touched on exactly what I was hoping that you would touch upon. Like, you know, you hear a lot of people who and you see them all the time, like especially in DC. DC has like a really serious homelessness problem. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole area does, you know. And you see it all the time. A lot of times because people they don't get the help, they don't get the support, or they don't have that fight in them. You know, because a lot of times if you've never really had that support, it's hard for you to have that fight. It's hard for you to have that determination. It's hard for you to actually pray your way out of a situation. Absolutely. It works too. Yeah. It definitely worked, man. Yeah. So I think that's a big thing of knowing what's inside of you too. You know, so that prayer and everything, of course, you know, God hear you. This never fall on deaf ears. But on top of that, it's an affirmation. Yeah. It's like speaking to yourself. Absolutely. You gotta tell yourself that you gonna get out this situation. Say that again for me. Say that again. Tell yourself. You gotta affirm. Yes. I'm gonna live a better life. Yes, that's it. I'm gonna make this, you know, opportunity to a better one. Yeah. You know, because everything is an opportunity. You know, even losing my house. You know, I didn't fail. Failure is. I read this in the book with Napoleon Hill. Right. Failure is a great teacher if you understand it. Yeah. Because it opens up the 50% for success. Now, if you think you failed and you quit, you done, you are done. If you look at the lesson you went through and that you failed to complete, and you go at it again with a different mind state, and the lesson that you learned from that, you won't make that same mistake. Right. And you actually open up, man, unlimited opportunities. That's very true. That's very true. That's why it's always important. It's funny because you'll hear people say it from time to time, like if advice is coming from somebody who has failed at certain things, they'll be like, well,
you know, you're not successful at it, so why should I listen to you? But the story, the lesson is in the fact that they kept trying, the fact that they kept at it. They might not have gotten to that successful point, but sometimes it's one of them things. My wife always says this, like she always, you know, refers to her mom, may she rest in peace. You got to take the meat from the bones.
Exactly.
And the meat from the bones in situations like that is like, look, you got to keep going no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Even if you fail, keep pressing at it, you know, because especially if it's something you know you're meant to do, you know, and you know, like if you get to the point where you get up out of this situation, what you're going to do is going to inspire somebody else to come up out of their situation.
And everything is a learning lesson. You know, I feel like I talk to a lot of people, and even though they think that they may fail at something, I view them as very successful, you know. And a lot of times when we speak to those people and people be like, oh, you ain't do this, or you can't tell me how to do that. No, listen to them, because you're going to see they're going to tell you their mistake.
Right.
Listen to it. Listen to what they're saying. And when you hear what they did wrong or the point they didn't get past,
right,
that's where you know where you can capitalize at.
Exactly.
You just got to do it.
Almost like a cheat code, you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So since Nick isn't here, just to let everybody know, Nick had an emergency that he had to tend to, so he may be calling in. Hopefully he'll be able to call in, but you know, he's dealing with a situation right now. So our thoughts and prayers going out to I guess it's somebody he's at the hospital with, so our thoughts and prayers going out. But how did you interact with Nick? How did you first meet him?
Funny thing, man. This is God in the works, like for real. I was shooting my first music video out here in DC. I ain't have a lot of money for the budget, you know. It's been like $500 on it or something, but it was cool. I picked a park to go to do a barbecue scene. So I was like, all right, we're gonna do a barbecue. I got the chessboard, I got, you know, cards, you know, playing cards. We're gonna have this look, it's gonna look like a big reunion, you know. So I invited my coworkers, invited a few people I met out here, you know. And I get there, we was in the motions of going, and I didn't have enough people. So I was like, dang. And my cameraman was smart. He was like, hey bro, let's just start inviting people from the park. I'm like, cool. So he went over, it was some children playing baseball at a baseball diamond. They had practice. This is all like a divine time. I had so much food and not enough people. He was just like, we talked to the parents and asked them, you know, do we mind? We get them on camera. We got some free food over there. It's part of a video. It's for something good. I let them hear the song. It was positive. They was with it automatic. I'll go over to the basketball court because I hoop, I ball. So I'm just like, hey, yo, anybody want to be in this video? Come on. And I got free food. So Nick and his mans was there. My guy Joey.
That's funny.
And Joey was like, free food? Hey, yo, give me a minute, bro. So they walked over and everything, you know, they got some food and kicking it and stuff. And then he was like, Nick walked up to me, he was just like, hey, yo, man, what you got going on? What you doing this for? He was cool and everything. So I was like, yo, I'm an artist from Detroit, man. I'm just here doing my thing, you know, shooting a video. He was like, oh, yeah? I was like, let me hear your song. So I let him listen to it. And automatically, he was just like, I got that reaction, like, bro, this is it. And he was like, hey, yo, man, I work for the radio, bro. Take my number down. I was like, man, stop playing. But turned out, you know, he was real on his word. We've been working ever since.
That's good.
You know, and keeping each other sharp. Nick's definitely my man, bro. I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. He's a good dude.
Yeah. I mean, the one phone conversation that we had, like, you know, he's like, you know, really cool, really good guy, you know what I'm saying, like really enthusiastic, you know what I'm saying, he cares about what he's doing, you know what I'm saying, in terms of the music, in terms of the quality of music and everything. I mean, just him as an artist as well, you know, and then the people that he has with him, you, Young D, like, and what I like is that all of y'all, at least, like all of the people I've heard him or associated with him, everybody's different. Everybody brings their own flavor to the table, you know what I'm saying, you give them like bars and lyricism and like visual pictures and like just you give me that hip hop feel, you know what I mean? And like,
Sir.
but then you got like Young D, he got kind of like the East African, Tanzania like type flow going on and everything, you know, like Nick, he's kind of like gritty, you know what I mean, with his flow. Like it was one freestyle I was watching of him, he had some boss, I'm like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, he got it.
Definitely got it. You definitely got it. So, you know what I'm saying, everybody brings something different to the table. And talking about how important that is, like, for you as an artist that's like still growing, still learning, like to be around like different types of vibes in order to kind of expand your repertoire as an artist.
It's just the same thing. It's kind of like when I lived in all of these different cities and everything. You learn from it.
Yeah.
And you become versatile.
Yeah.
So, you know, I might hear something that Young D may say because he got the Africa vibe going. I might pick up on one of his lingos or something and throw it in my song.
Yeah.
And now, even though it's hip hop, anybody that's listening to it that's from there would be like,
right,
oh,
exactly.
You know about that. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Or, you know, even though I give like lyricism and a hip hop vibe, I still have that hardcore delivery also.
Oh yeah.
It could be like battle rap, but I say something good and intelligent to you.
Right.
You know, instead of coming at your neck.
Right.
But you know, you take it and you become versatile. And then it allows you to move within all type of crowds.
Yeah.
You know, I can go to a pop concert, I can go to a go-go, I can go to, you know, anything they do in the reggaeton.
Yeah.
I can go to a straight rap joint.
Yeah.
And blend in every crowd and speak the same language with everybody.
Yeah, yeah. And that's important because I think about some of my favorite artists who are able to do that. Like the first person who came to mind was Jay-Z because Jay-Z, you know, like he's, you know, been all around. Specifically, when I heard him saying some like DC lingo, I was like, you know about that, Jay, but then I didn't realize like he spent a lot of time down this way.
And Maryland and Virginia.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, but because he's well traveled and he believes in being well traveled, I mean, and you see that even in the people he works with, because like, I'll be honest, like a lot of New York artists, they weren't really working with people outside of New York, you know, like a lot of them, you know, like until like, I won't say until, but Jay-Z was probably one of the most prominent ones to do it. You know, like working with UGK, working with Dr. Dre, working with all of these different people from all around, working with Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these different people from around the country. You know, I think that's important in order to connect with multiple areas, that you don't just stay stuck in your one area, that you have that experience and you're able to, like, even if you don't talk the lingo perfectly, the fact that they like, okay, you know a little something about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
On top of that, you know, even I converse with Nick about this all the time, but it widens your range of opportunity.
Yes.
You know, I may not do what you do, but if we're all under the same umbrella, hey, guess what? Anytime you step to any of us as a team, as a group, hey, we got what you want.
Yeah, right.
We got what you need. What type of artist you want? He right over here. Let me give him a call.
Yeah.
What type of song you need? Oh, let me call my man. So let's get this together.
Yeah.
And we can collab with each other, and now it broadens everybody's span.
That's right.
You know, if you're just a hip hop rap artist and that's all you do is hardcore street stuff, but you can hop on my man's reggaeton track and you getting heard in Africa and Ghana.
That's right. That's right.
You getting plays over there in the motherland.
Yeah.
And it brings your face to that place.
That's right. That's right. That's what it's about at the end of the day. Like, you don't want to just stay stuck in one area. You want to be as big as possible, you know, and like touch as many people as possible. I mean, if you limit yourself as an artist, then you can't really call yourself an artist.
Nope.
You know?
Nope.
Yeah.
It's not the point of being an artist. The
Right.
point of being an artist is to expand.
Exactly.
Learn, do more, you know, sharpen your craft.
That's right. That's right. So, like, what do you have coming up? Do you have an album you working on right now?
I got 2 EPs
Okay.
and I got an album. I'm
Okay.
taking my time.
Working.
Yes, sir. I'm working ahead of time too.
That's what's up.
So, you know, I'm dropping them. I'm getting ready to have a child.
Wow,
So,
congratulations.
Thank you
Okay,
very much,
alright.
man. We do November 14th. My little baby girl, Rain.
Okay.
Shout out to my baby girl. Much love.
Possible Scorpio coming.
Yes, sir. One of my biggest motivators.
Yeah,
man.
I'm sure.
So, I got 2 EPs coming out and an album, like we spoke about earlier. You know, before we was on the mic, I was taking my time to make sure I learned the business side.
Yeah.
Make sure I don't get jerked around.
Right.
You know, and I get my money right. and I do everything professionally.
Yeah.
So in due time, I actually want to drop one before this month is out, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm actually thinking about dropping the EP before this month is out, just because, you know, I'm getting anxious too. But
yeah.
I want to make sure I promote right. I want to make sure I get everything together. And yeah, man, I could be looking forward to some on every platform very soon.
That's what's up. All right. Well, let everybody know where they can connect with you on social media, and if you have music out there that people can find right now.
Okay. I'm on Instagram @_Ra Deshawn. That's RADESHAWN. I'm on Facebook. Just first name, last name, Ryan Little, man. I ain't worried about no weirdos coming holler at me. It's business only. But so far, my music, like I said, is wrapped in the vault.
Okay.
But everything will definitely be put out on all platforms very soon.
Okay.
I do got a collab album I made about 5-6 years ago with one of my cousins down in Tennessee. His name is Lil Peso. Shout out Lil Peso. The album name is From the Streets to the Stage. So if y'all want to go check that out, that's on Spotify, that's on iTunes, that's, you know, everywhere. And y'all can hear, you know, where I started from.
Okay.
And it'll help y'all see the progression to where I'm at now.
Okay. All right. Well, appreciate you coming on Bars, brother. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you letting me be here.
Absolutely. You represented well for the Dream Crew.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we got something a little special for y'all, you know, because we waiting for some clean versions. But in the meantime, we got my man going to drop some bars for y'all real quick. So, you know, we going to go ahead and let him do his thing real quick. So I'm going to drop this beat.
Oh, yeah, this my speed right here, man. I like the smooth stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let that ride for a little bit.
Yeah.
Look, Rossa Diana. Can't wait to vacate with my daughter Rain. Let her floss in Guyana. Dolce Cabana. Inspired my outfit when I arrived. I had boss on the banner, a gauge and a hammer. Woo! Helped sharpen me into a great man with God-like handles, coffins and candles. Things I never look forward to, cause I'm living forever. Taking panoramas in the Panamera, or see me in that 911. My haters knew it's terror. Big business, we discussing tariffs. You out of jurisdiction, get the sheriffs. Vacation hat with fedoras. See me in your city, I run it, I'm not a tourist. And you know I'm out in Honduras. We getting it now. Understand it's about to go down. You want the game, well let me teach you to know how. Who better than me, like a sound from an owl. Woo. My money run long like a now. You want that money later, want it now. Low main, let me eat the child. Woo. A big boss in the meantime. Look, I'm with my shorty. I love her. She my girl, I give her the glory. I'm like 40 bars. I don't drink liquor no more. Look, I don't need that 40s. Whoa.
Yeah.
I said you made it this way. In this game, I got bar play. I thank God I'm about to hit the stage. Yeah. This weekend, ain't got no time and that depends. I'm on the grind in the deep end. Look, my baby girl, my butter pecan, pretty vegan. Always on the grind, girl, I see you knowledge seeking. I wanna see you for the weekend and give you positive vibes soon as your day begin. My butter pecan, pretty vegan. Girl, you give me life every time you start speaking. You deeper than the ocean and you make my heart sink in. Every time I see you, only thing that I be thinking. Look, I never stall on you. I shelter you through the storm, I open doors for you. You know, I go to bat, promote the cause for you. I'm turning down other broads and it's all for you. I love it when you looking natural. Drinking coconut water and eating cantaloupe. Smudge sticks, let the candles blow. Feed me raw vegan food just to feed my soul. You stole my heart like still waters, meet me by the coast. You my number one lady, you ain't gotta vote. In this picture that I'm painting, see it for us both. And if you scared, I go first like it's jump rope. All aboard the ark, baby. I'll buy the boat. Let me drive the boat. I give a lot of hope.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know how it go. Let me pick it back up. Let me pick it up.
All right.
I take the time out to conversate with you. I don't get comfortable. I still go on dates with you. Back rub, feet rub. Can I lay with you? Elevate my spirit, baby, and be great with you. I change my diet and eat them grapes with you. Take you out to France to eat some crepes with you. You don't like your voice, I still sing with you. Buy that diamond bling bling on you. You down to set it off, I'll rob that bank with you. I run a jar of blank and recreate with you. I love you till we 6 feet and knock a plank with you. Whoa.
Man. Bars.
Smooth on them.
Bars. Smooth bars on them. Man, talk that talk, bro.
I appreciate it.
Talk
Yeah,
that
yeah.
talk, bro. Man, that was the man. I like that. I like
Shout out
that.
DJ AJ, man. WINDC. This is Rod Deshaun, man, holding it down. You know.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
On the
indeed.
lookout.
Yeah, make sure y'all are following him ASAP, IG. Man, that was nice. That was nice.
Thank
You
you,
rolled that joint too, man.
I had to get it.
Yes. That's right. You come on bars, bring your bars.
You heard.
You know what I mean? Man, but definitely can't wait to get that music from you, bro. You know, like I said,
most definitely, man.
we'll get you in the rotation.
Thank you, man, so much for shouting it out, man, giving me that homage. You know, for a while, I kind of held back on some of my music.
Yeah.
I had to build my self-confidence up.
Yeah.
Especially in the world the way it's working now, and a lot of the music that's being released in mainstream. You know, I ain't hate on nobody, man. It's all love to everybody that made it how they did it.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I just have my particular type of music I want to do.
And that's what you got to do.
In this day and age, it's not accepted a lot, but it's definitely those people out there that appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I'm going to keep doing it for y'all.
That's right. You got to do it for your crowd, man.
Exactly.
You know, that's what's the most important, you know. But, you know, we'll definitely be supporting you here. And, yeah, appreciate
sir.
you coming through again, man.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. So, we're going to go ahead and take a quick music break, get into our Fish Grease pick of the week. And then we shall have Miss Natalee Gilbert calling in very soon. But for right now, let's get into this right here.
If somebody tell you he hot, man, you know everybody hot now, man, he fish grease.
That's how we feel about this track right here. This is the Fish Grease pick of the week, only on bars, on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media. segments, more music means more bars after this.
Windy C Radio brings to you the app. Yes, the app is now available.
We hope you didn't go too far. It's time for the second hour of the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for tuning in to Bars, and our second guest is calling in right now. You're on with the Balancing Act Radio Show.
Hey, how are you?
What's going on, Natalee? How are you?
I'm great, and yourself?
I'm doing just wonderful. Sorry about that. I heard you calling. I was outside taking pictures with Rod and Sean a little bit, so apologize for getting to it a little late.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
How you feeling this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Glad to finally have you on Bars. You know, like you the plug for real.
You're also the plug.
Well,
Let me tell you.
I guess we both plugs, you know.
I guess so.
Yes, indeed. I want to first start off by thanking you so much for, you know, like all of your support of Bars. I mean, you've pretty much been around since the beginning, like, you know, linking me with Nimrod, with DJ M. Hoffa, Due Diligence, 21 Gold, Creative Habitat, and just so many people that you're connected to. So I just appreciate just all your support. You know,
thank you so much.
Absolutely.
For allowing them to come on your platform.
Absolutely. And definitely got to shout out Sean Smith, who really put me on to you
Sean.
first. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, y'all working hard over there at Federal District, you know?
Definitely. Yeah, we just try to be consistent, you know, when it comes to the freestyles, you know, all the way down to just interviews and shows. So, you know, I really just got to thank the whole team just for working as hard as we are, and I can't wait to see what the future leads us.
Absolutely.
Really.
Absolutely. So I wanted to start off by asking you, because one of the things that I appreciate about you is your taste in music. Like, it's very, very diverse. And so what I wanted to know is like which artists did you grow up listening to that kind of helped to shape that palette?
So growing up, you know, I basically just listened to old R&B. I also listened to a lot of pop as well. Hip hop too, I would dabble in here and there, but it wasn't until I say sixth grade when I finally got to delve more into it. Because, you know, growing up, I always grew up in a private school area. So when I transitioned to the public school area, that's when I got more exposure, you know, to hip hop. You know, Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas. All of them. So even Drake, you know. I grew up listening to him too when I started in eighth grade. Yep.
Okay. So. Yeah. Because I mean, that's the thing that I really appreciate, especially because you're younger. Like, the thing is, it's like sometimes people in the younger generations, they really just appreciate like their own generation. But then a lot of people in the younger generations, they do pay homage, or they do like really connect with a lot of the artists that came before them. And I think that's, you know, I think that's important to really just kind of keep that train going of like reaching back in order for, you know, people to be inspired, or for, you know, like, especially with the newer wave of artists, you hear a lot of them like tapping into like the 90s music, you know what I'm saying? It's even some early 2000s music, which I appreciate, because I think the 90s is one of like the best eras, specifically for like hip hop and R&B. You know what I mean? Like, definitely. It was just like a really good era for music, specifically urban music. But you know, just hearing you say like a lot of the people who you came up listening to, I think that's dope. Like, you connect with, you know, people before you, but also people of your generation as well. You know.
Definitely. And I think that music is just going to evolve from here, that we're just going to keep getting influences, not only from the 90s era, but from the 2000s era as well. Yeah. So I just can't wait to see how, you know, the music scene progresses over the years. Right. Because, you know, the musicians from now, they're going to end up inspiring those that come after them. So that's right. It's just really cool to see and to tune into.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So how did you first started, or how did you first get connected with Federal District Records, and eventually, am I correct in saying you now the head of PR? Is that correct?
Yes, I'm the PR now.
Okay, all right. So talk about like how you began working with them, and like how you rose through the ranks. Like what did people see in you? Like the heads there. What did they see in you that made them say, we trust you to really, handle this load of dealing with PR and all of those types of things and dealing with artists?
How I started my journey with Federal District Records, I downloaded this app at the time called Shaper when I was just starting to try to be a music journalist. Mm-hmm. This was about, I'd say, a year and a half ago, almost. Wow, it's been that long. But anyways, so basically, Shaper is like a business app. It's like Tinder, but it's more so for business. So believe it or not, me and Sean ended up connecting. He's the head of the A&R department. And, he was just requesting, that there was a position available, as an A&R assistant. So me and Sean just talked throughout the weeks. Eventually, I got into contact with Cal. Cal is the CEO of Federal District Records.
Right. Shout
I
out
basically
to Cal.
expressed my interest in the position. I showed him the writings that I did have at the time, and eventually I joined the team. Mm-hmm. And from there, I was just really being consistent. Just as far as marketing, trying to put them on shows, interviews, things of that nature. So eventually, I guess that's what they saw in me, that I'm just really consistent and I'm a hard worker, and they just decided to put me as the head of DNR.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, you just interacting with you myself and just seeing how diligent you are, like, you definitely are very connected. And, I mean, yeah, you work really, really hard, but you also work really, really smart, which I think is very important for anybody in this particular field of music, or whatever you might do as a creative, or how you affect creatives. I feel like it's very important to not burn yourself out too much and not overextend yourself too much, but like to really just use your resources and do the things that you're able to do in order to to really help out other people. And I mean, you definitely have done that for the artists that have that are still with Federal, the people who have come and gone through Federal, and like, I mean, your resume really speaks for itself when it comes to your work with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is a question I wanted to know. Like, when you're looking at talent, like people who you feel like are talented, people you feel like have the it factor, or you just feel like make good music, like, what are you looking for, whether it's as a writer, who you're writing about, or dealing with artists who may be interested in coming on Federal District? Like, what do you look for that might be a little bit different than what maybe the typical PR A&R person may be looking for?
Well, when it comes down to it, what I really look for is just lyricism. If it does hold a message, a deeper meaning, mm-hmm. as some would say. I also look for the deliverance and the consistency as well, because I believe those two play a major part in anyone's career, or, just being, building your craft. So that's basically the three factors that I look for when it comes to artists. Yeah. I also do like to see the uniqueness that they possess as well. Mm-hmm. That's really cool as well. Yeah.
Because one thing that I like about whether it's with Federal, whether it's with your work with the Fresh Finds, or any of the outlets that you write for, it's a lot of different artists. Like, nobody's really the same type of artist, like, mm-hmm. and I think that's important, that you are somebody who exposes people to a lot of those different artists out there. I think that's why you and I, like, we really gel very well.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
Because we look at the game the same way. Because I mean, part of the problem with terrestrial radio and conventional radio is that they play the same type of artists like darn near all day, And I think they're starting to kind of sort of lean away from that. It's a very slow process, but it's starting to happen. But I still feel like in a lot of ways it's still the same type of artist. And so, you know, having somebody like you in the game who exposes people to all of these different artists, you know, with different styles, different vibes, different stories, I think it's important. And I mean, you're really becoming like a, you know, like a gatekeeper of sorts, you know. Yeah. So I mean, I really salute you for what you're doing with that.
I salute you too. No one sleep on you as well. You work hard.
I appreciate
really hard
that.
to bring talent, bring everything into perspective. So that's really much appreciated as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I mean, I'm only as good as the people who help me out, like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, exposing me to like even more talent out here. So I appreciate all of what you do, especially supporting our platform.
Of course.
Yeah. So journalism for you, like what got you into journalism? What got you interested in journalism when you were younger? And also kind of the angle I wanted to kind of talk about that is the importance of still having journalism, especially in an age where, you know, like you see print is dying out. And a lot of times, even with blogs, a lot of times it's hard for people. It can be hard to get people to read blogs because, like, I'll be honest, like I had a blog once upon a time, like probably about 3 years ago. I had a blog and I was really like into it and everything, but consistent readership was like one of the hardest things. So, talk about like being interested in journalism in this day and age, and like what do you do specifically to keep people engaged with your writing?
Could you please repeat the question? I'm sorry.
It's okay. So like what what got you into journalism first and foremost, and then like considering this day and age, like in terms of readership, what do you do specifically as a writer and also as one of the heads of the Fresh Finds? Like what do you do specifically to like keep people engaged in what you write from week to week?
Okay. So my journalism journey began when I went to the Meadows. It's a really big music festival in New York. If you haven't gone, you have to go. Hop down. It's just amazing. But it occurred to me that, you know, underground artists don't have the same specialty as these, you know, upcoming artists that are about to become mainstream. So I figured, you know, just to put my love for writing and, you know, as far as my knowledge of music, you know, together. So that way, you know, underground artists can have a platform where they don't have to worry about spending too much money just to get the exposure that they truly deserve. So that's basically how my journalism career all came together. As far as my style, I really just try to delve into the music, to the artist's music. What I call it is my muse. So it really helps me to, you know, to capture the real emotion that they're trying to possess out of their music. And it helps me have my own flair as well with it. Like, when I write, I try to go for idioms or, you know, just a piece of me that I feel doesn't get expressed too much often outside, because when you meet me, I'm a really quiet person, but when you read my writing, it really does speak louder than my words do.
Yeah. I could definitely relate to that. When I was blogging as well, I'm the same way. Like in person, unless you get me talking about something like really passionate, I'm more of an observer. You know what I'm saying? Like a watch people or people watcher kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? But like when it comes to writing, I'm the same way. Like that's when you really get my personality. That's when you really get exposed to who I am and what I'm really passionate about. And I can definitely say the same in reading quite a few of your pieces. You like and it's funny because I've never met you face to face, but I get that vibe off of you that you seem like a really chill person, like in person, but like give you a paper or give you a platform, and that's when you really like shine and show your true colors. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think the artists who you write about can definitely appreciate that about you, that like you really go in, you know. You really go in.
And definitely. And in terms of the fresh finds, when it comes to being unique, I do try to run, a weekly segment through my stories just to keep people engaged. For example, I don't know if you've heard of Thriller, but it's basically a short series of clips that artists make sometimes to promote their music. So every Tuesday, I'll throw that in there. I also do have a playlist that I'm partnered with, New Playlist. They're a company in Arizona. So I try to get some exposure through that as well when it comes to my playlist, because I do have 10K followers on there. Mm-hmm. So I try to give everybody a fair share. And every Wednesday I do put a song as number one so that the artists could, get a little exposure from that as well. So those are kind of a little different flavors that I do.
Yeah. The Fresh Finds, I wanted to kind of sort of talk a little bit more about that, because you started that, and you have other people that's with you with the Fresh Finds, correct?
Yes. About a month ago, I did have another person inquire about writing, and he's doing a phenomenal job. His name is Irate Specialist. He's also a rapper as well. His music is really good. Okay. And when it comes to lyricism, it's down packed as well. Yeah. He actually did just release a piece today on Brianna Cobley's Love Language. Okay. It's an R&B mixtape consisted of 4 or 5 tracks, and it really goes down to the feeling of how anyone would feel if they were in love. It just takes you on the wave of emotions that come with that.
Yeah. So Fresh Finds, y'all have contributed to like a recent rise in the underground scene, specifically in New Jersey, because I mean that's where you're based out of, and I've had quite a few people, of course, from Jersey on here, and the thing is, like, Jersey has always been like talent rich. I mean, like, no matter what you're talking about, whether it's R&B, whether it's hip hop, no matter what genre it is, like, Jersey has had a long legacy of producing a lot of talented artists. So talk about how important it is for that to be a huge amount of your focus, because you're from Jersey, correct, if I'm not mistaken?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So like, talk about how important that is in order to represent Jersey in that way. And I'm sure it's not, well, I'm not sure if it's just Jersey, but like a lot of your artists are from there. So talk about how important it is for you to represent where you're from and give artists from Jersey, that I guess those first dibs, so to say.
I feel like we are living in a legacy because a lot of talent-rich artists have grown up in Jersey and have, gone to the mainstream. But I think it's really, important to rep New Jersey because it's really where we're all from. And when it comes down to it, we all are repping our city or in different ways. But as a state, we have to stay unified, because if not, no one's going to eat. Like, if I eat, we're all eating. That's the mentality I have when it comes down to it.
Mm-hmm. That's it. And I'm another. It's important for people who are shaping the culture to have that mentality that, like, if I eat, you eat. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, and my wife, me and her, we have this conversation all the time. She always says this, like, there are a lot of people out here who are asking, what can the music do for me versus what can I do for the music, or what can I do for the culture? You know what I mean? So exactly. Like the fact that you have that mindset and that attitude is very important, not just for, the underground hip hop or R&B culture in Jersey, but just all across the board, because it's going to expand beyond the borders of Jersey for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because you have that energy, and a lot of times, like, people are drawn to that. Just like with my platform as well, like, my primary focus has been DMV artists, but now I got people, I mean, clearly you've been fueling me with people, what I'm saying, from New York, from New Jersey, got people from South Carolina, got people from Detroit, like, just so many different places around the country and now around the globe, even getting people from South Africa, but like that's the thing, like, when you have that mentality, it's infectious and everybody really wants to be a part of it somehow, some way. And I mean, I've seen how, you've grown in terms of what you've been doing, like whether it's been with Federal District whether it's been with the Fresh Finds and all of the outlets that that you contribute to. Because I mean, you also contribute to Varsity BPM, Culture Hub, Rap Fiesta. Is it Kazi Magazine?
Kazi Magazine. Yep.
Kazi Magazine and the feature presentation. I mean, Natalee, you're a busy woman. you are busy. So what I wanted to know, like, speaking of that, like, how hard is it for you to find balance? I mean, we on the Balancing Act radio show. How hard is it for you to had to do it, had to say it, you know?
Yeah, it's only a given.
It's only right, you know. But for you, like, how do you find balance doing all of these things? Being the CEO of Fresh Finds, writing for all of these different outlets, working, doing what you're doing with Federal District Records, like all of these different things that you're juggling. And at one point are you still in school too?
Oh no, I graduated.
Okay, well congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
So that's one less thing to juggle. So like, how do you find balance? What do you do in order to manage doing all of these things that you're doing?
Well, what I really do is just late nights. I'll stay up sometimes. Other times, during my breaks at work, I'll do some work. When I can find some time, of course. And when it comes down to it, sometimes I do have to put my writing before everything else. But it really is just with that mentality that if I work hard, eventually I will get somewhere. Because after all, pressure does make diamonds. So
that's right.
That's basically how I find a balance between everything.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people can, draw inspiration from that, because I know for myself, like, I mean, all the things that I juggle as well, and it can be a bit much, and it's a matter of, like, sometimes I know for me, I have to put myself on a schedule. Like, this day I'm going to focus on this. This day I'm going to focus on that. And you find that a lot of people in our industry, are doing multiple things. Like I know plenty of people who, they're doing their own videos, but then they're an artist as well, or, they're an artist and they have their own radio show, or they have their own radio show and they blog and they DJ. Like so many different people are doing so many different things these days, and like just tapping into every bit of creativity that they possibly can. And sometimes balance can be hard, especially if like you're in my position. You're married, you have a family, you got a day job, but then you run a radio show, you DJ, you're an artist, you're a producer, and it's a lot of hats to wear. So I'm always interested, like when I know other people like yourself who wear many hats as well, like what you do to to really just kind of sort of not just balance it out, but like have time for you as well, because that's important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Self-care, most definitely.
Yeah.
Especially when you are juggling a lot of things around. I'm sorry, I had a tongue twister there.
Yeah.
Self-care is very important, mentally and emotionally and physically.
Absolutely. So what's your ultimate goal? Like, I mean, you have the Fresh Finds. You're working with Federal District, you're writing for all of these outlets. Like, what's the ultimate goal for you in terms of like, what's the next level for you? Like, what's the next steps or the next things that you want to do that you may not have done yet, but it's on your agenda to do before it's all said and done?
When it's all said and done, I would love to collaborate with either Power 105.1 or Double XL. For the underground artists. Mm-hmm. Of course, I'd love to still cover a lot of more artists from all around the globe. Mm-hmm. That would be great, just to meet new talent and, network with them. And I'm also hoping for our Federal District Records that, we could just keep soaring the way that we are and hopefully, just be bigger.
Yeah.
So we're on the right track.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just thinking about Federal, y'all have like some really talented artists over there, and if I'm not mistaken, from the conversation that I know Cal had with Yvette from the Dear Yvette show on Monday, I know I think I forget whether or not she had the conversation with Cal or with Nimrod, but I know one of them was saying how like Federal's in the sitting down with like some major labels about possibly collaborating. Talk about like, because I forget whether it was Cal or Nimrod, but one of the two were talking about majors versus independent, and how it's not necessarily bad to link up with a major. And I kind of feel the same way if you have all your ducks in a row and it ends up being more of a partnership versus like they taking you for everything. So talk about how do you feel about that, whether you want to talk about it from the scope of federal district or just in general.
I agree with your opinion. I believe that as long as they keep their ducks in a row, like you said, and realize that this is more of a partnership and not them taking a lot from the artist, that it's okay. I also think it's okay to go independent as well, because when you're in the business, you do have to know everything. You can't miss out on one thing.
Right.
So it's really good to go in both routes, I feel. Yeah,
I agree. Definitely agree. So let everybody know where they can read your material, whether you're talking Fresh Finds, Varsity, Culture Hub, Rap Fiesta, Kazi Magazine, feature presentation, like all of these different places that you're writing for. Like let everybody know where they can find your work online, and also where they can connect with you all across the board on social media.
Sure. So you can find my work at www.kazimagazine.com, www.culturehub.com, www.varsitybpm.com. I also do post 2 segments every day on the featurepresentation.com. That's actually DJ Trust One's blog. He has the idea of where movies meet music, and it's really dope concept. You can also find my work on www.thefreshfinds.tumblr.com, which will eventually become an app and not just a blog platform through Tumblr. And you also can find my work at www.rapfiesta.com. And my social media is Instagram at Natalee_federal and at Natalee_federal on Twitter as well.
Okay. All right. So busy woman, ladies and gentlemen. A woman that's got her hands in everything. A writer, a blogger, CEO, boss lady, promoter, just doing it all, So I definitely appreciate you for coming on to Bars. It's been a long time coming, and I just want to tell you, like, just keep doing what you're doing. Like, you are a cultural influencer. You're not, I ain't gonna say you're becoming one. You are a cultural influencer, and just keep up the great work and keep that spirit. That's the thing I think above all that I appreciate about you. Like, your spirit, like it comes across, like, even emails, even messages. Some people, like, you don't know what you're gonna get when you talk to them, but like with you, it's definitely. Like I can definitely get the vibe from who you are, like how genuine you are, just from reading your work and just from talking to you, on Messenger or whatever it might be. Like, just keep that spirit, Natalee. Like the game needs more of that.
You as well, and thank you so much for allowing me on your platform. It's very much appreciated.
Absolutely.
And thank you as well for allowing artists, and as well as myself, to come on and speak on these topics. You came up with some really good questions.
Absolutely. That's why I created the platform. It's it's not about me. Like, I'm about showcasing others here. So absolutely. So I'm gonna let you first and foremost thank you once again, and I'm gonna let you introduce this NWA track. Oh my gosh, this thing is a banger.
Now you now be listening to NWA by Nimrod, Topic NYC, and King Quote from Federal District Records.
All right. So we'll be talking real soon. All right.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Now take
have
care.
A good day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, that was Natalee Gilbert, Fresh Finds, Federal District Records, Varsity BPM, Culture Hub, Kazi Magazine, feature presentation, Rap Fiesta. The woman does it all. So once again, this is Nimrod, Topic NYC, and King Flow with NWA. Right here on the official Hump Day motivation for the DMV and beyond. Bars.
All my niggas is ruthless. We all about that NWA, NWA, NWA. All my niggas is ruthless. We all about that NWA, NWA, NWA. All my niggas is ruthless. We shooting niggas in the broad day, screaming in the worst way. And niggas is ruthless. We all about that NWA, NWA.
Yo, I'm a young nigga with attitude. Kush got me back in a sour mood. A solid nigga to stay on this longitude. When you getting money, little niggas get mad at you. I'm grinding for the break, not to something to Malibu. Black hoodied up like what it do. This bitch from New York, but we stomping with the Timbs or Nike boots. This year's a no-fly zone for my enemies. Cause when you come to war, better come with that energy. We turn the city up like a LA riot. First trip out west, better know that I'm wild. A couple West Coast bras and a pound of exotic. Get you stiff doggy style while I'm smoking this crowded. Federal, the name that be running these streets. The East Coast straight Cuban rain on these beats. And ever since Khalid passed, there ain't no pieces. Nem top and flow saying flow up.
Niggas is ruthless. We all about that NWA, NWA, NWA. All my niggas is ruthless. We all about that NWA, NWA, NWA. All my niggas is ruthless. We shooting niggas in the broad day, screaming in the worst way. And niggas is ruthless. We all about that NWA, NWA, NWA. But my nephew never about to come in here and do a thing. That boy good, that nigga nine, nigga, the federal. Let go, Nimrod.
Check it. I kidnapped you from the driver's side. To slide off in your mama's ride. It's homicide, so you let the llamas fly. You ain't been the same since Harold died. Yeah, we can in this at the red light. Make them weak in their knees like Superman and Kryptonite. When I'm busting the AR, I sound like a motorbike. You ain't a gangster, shit, and know you're right. It's easy, E, I show you what Eric right. It's not my first gig, it's more like a terror bite. I roll up on sitting like a paradise. Turn your body into brake lights. Putting the catch, I've been waiting to see, waiting to hear, waiting to touch, waiting to rush, waiting to bust, waiting to say y'all better. That ain't the damn truth. We all got guns, even my fans.
All my niggas is ruthless. We all about that NWA, NWA, NWA. All my niggas is ruthless. We all about that NWA, NWA, NWA. All my niggas is ruthless. We shooting niggas in the broad day, screaming in the worst way. And niggas is ruthless. We all about that NWA, NWA, NWA.
We live and direct, where some good guys die for they set. That's why these clout chasing fiends never got my respect. My young boy will let it fly like a vet, but I keep his head in the books and try to guide him my best. I ride for my flesh, I'm 5 in the vest. We strive for success, preside in a time where if you black, you a threat. Y'all ain't letting niggas breathe while I'm catching my breath. I survived, you surprised, now I'm back at your neck. I'm a monster, where's my comrades? This is Contra, moving contraband on demand like an onslaught. If I'm the bomb, what's the dumb thought? And if I ever get caught, I ain't seeing no court, of course. No remorse, dripping different, got the sauce. Different pigeons wishing they was with them, but them bitches lost. Pimpin' magnificentism, listening to it was written in the Ford. Black mask about the kick in this
my niggas is ruthless. We all about that NWA, NWA, NWA. All my niggas is ruthless. We all about that NWA, NWA, NWA. All my niggas is ruthless. We shooting niggas in the broad day, screaming in the worst way. And niggas is ruthless. We all about that NWA, NWA, NWA.
Looking for the most balanced review of your forthcoming or current album or mixtape? Then email a formal inquiry along with your cover art, headshot, bio, and either links to your music or the project files to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
All my life I had to fight. Hugging AK or knife. Hugging. You better talk to me nicely before I knock all the sugar out your iced tea.
I'll put you somewhere where Christ be. I'm out of town chillin' with the Isleys. In the Bentley cool and where you find me. With a bad oriental chick right behind me. And why I'm a genius, the meanest. I keep the Glock by the penny. You better pledge allegiance. Not take a knee if the fall make them see. This shit turning them to see shit. Told you can't swim with a shark. Now you seasick. This ain't New York no more. This is Egypt. Can't move your neck. Paraplegic. Shooting the fifth till it's empty. How you feel, Jim? This is rap, motherfuckers. Y'all, I'm back, motherfuckers. Cocaine with the crack, motherfuckers. The chainsaw with the axe, motherfuckers. Can't leave rap alone, the game need me. Haters want me locked in chrome, it ain't easy. DA wanna lock me, the cops wanna box me in. Somehow I beat them charges like Rocky. You shoot now, shoot back. You wanna talk shit now, shoot that. Niggas ain't about that life. Niggas ain't about that life. Come and talk to me. You shoot now, shoot back. You wanna talk shit now, shoot that. Niggas ain't about that life. Niggas ain't about that life. Come and talk to me. I got a special surprise for y'all. You know I'm Grease. I wanna introduce the first lady of Federal District. Oh, get him, Lulu.
Beef with me could be a bad thing. Like Hillary and Trump, you could get fucked either way. Between Missy and Remy, I'm both on stage. Attitude like my mama, so shit don't play. One thing to say about me, I've been a hustler. Been in full service, I'm good with handle customers. Bars come straight for your neck, cutting your jugular. Fool, if you ain't got protection, you can't follow. Harlem's like UPS, straight packages. I'm quick to spit bars and quicker to even slap. I shit but quick to respond and quicker to even go and flip. I'm slick with this mouth, but slicker. On this, it's devil bread and mud, that do not mix. We all about this money, is something that you do not get. No gas included, best female rapper human. Slash superwoman, slash up, telling my pack you in.
You shoot now, shoot back. You wanna talk shit now, shoot that. Niggas ain't about that life. Niggas ain't about that life. Come and talk to me. You shoot now, shoot back. You wanna talk shit now, shoot that. Niggas ain't about that life. Niggas ain't about that life. Come and talk to me.
Organizing any type of event to benefit the people in your neighborhood, then submit it for the bar's community calendar. Send all important information, including point of contact, to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
Damn, waking up so late's overrated. It ain't made for me. Why can't I be molded? 'Cause I have every intention of breaking habits of the past, but I keep making down. And I can't go another day vouching, and I won't even try to blame myself.
Am I doing enough? Am I doing too much?
Doing too much.
It's too late to turn back now. I ain't giving it up. For tomorrow and up, I've been trying to find focus. Yeah. Every time I write a song, I just cut my heart open. I done broke too many hearts, not to know what love is. Yeah, I know. In the world so cold, baby, you the coldest. Baby, why you so cold? Tell me how you live with a heart so frozen. Tell me how you live with a heart so frozen. I try to cry out for help, but no one noticed. Yeah, my grip might slip, but I keep on holding and posing in photos and smiling. Meanwhile, inside I'm crying, I'm asking no. Am I doing too much?
Doing too much.
It's too late to turn back now. I ain't giving it up.
do I do? When I had no guidance, I had no patience, I had no proof. What they done to me, I had no witness, it was just true. Am I doing enough? Am I doing too much? Doing too much, you're doing too much. It's too late to turn back now. I ain't giving it up. Giving it up.
It's time to get back to AJ Throwback and Bars, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah. That was Cora the Artist featuring Funsho with Underrated. Before that, we had Nimrod featuring Lulu with The Bottom Line. And starting off that set, Nimrod once again with Topic NYC and King Flow with NWA. So shout out once again to Natalee Gilbert of Federal District Records, the Fresh Finds, and all of the outlets that she represents. And also, once again, shout out to Rod Sean for coming in earlier today, representing the Dream Crew. Shout out to Nick Blast. Shout out to Young D, who weren't able to make it, but he definitely held it down for the entire crew. So let's go ahead and get into this right here.
It tastes just like it smells. Delicious.
Right before you take that long-awaited break and get your grub on, come and get a hefty helping of life and laughter, courtesy of stories about our beloved Team Bars El Capitan. It's time for luncheon with the missus, only on Bars.
Yeah, so many of y'all already know I celebrated my 40th birthday this past Saturday. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. I will say, the past couple of celebrations hadn't been really that special to be. Let me not say that. Let me redact that from the record. But nothing really world beating or groundbreaking really happened. You know what I'm saying? They were really like laid back, chill celebrations. But I wanted to do something a little bit different for my 40th. But anyway, I definitely enjoyed myself. Definitely got to shout out Familiar Faces. I went to Fast Eddie's on Saturday. Man, they partied, man. They had their reunion at Fast Eddie's, and I absolutely enjoyed myself. Let me tell y'all something. As much as I love hip hop, as much as I love R&B, as much as I love black music, period, nothing gets me moving like go-go. Nothing. And if I'm in the car by myself and I'm freestyling to anything, I'm not a great freestyler, but if I'm going to freestyle to anything, if it's a pocket or a socket beat on, forget about it. You can't tell me nothing then, But anyway, I definitely enjoyed myself on Saturday. And on Sunday, shout out to my main man, Go Hard Mike Lee. He working on something special, y'all. Working on something special. And we're actually going to have him here on December 11th to talk about, even though it'll probably be a retro kind of thing, but still, he's working on something special, working on a real special video for a song he's doing called The Abyss. Your boy got a cameo appearance in that joint, but y'all gonna have to stay tuned. I ain't gonna tell y'all too much, but definitely be on the lookout for that. I try my hand at acting. I've acted before, but we talking about school plays, so it's a little different. But shout out my main man, Go Hard Mike Lee. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to this. But speaking of birthdays, because this is really the point of me even mentioning my birthday and the missus. So she wasn't really feeling well most of the weekend, including Monday when we were supposed to go out to eat. Hopefully we would be able to go out to eat today. Would love to do that, especially versus the weekend when it's gonna be crowded. But anyway, she got me these huge, let me tell you, when she brought these balloons through the door, it was just this big black balloon with 40 and silver on it. It was sparkly, it was huge and big, and yeah, like you would have thought I was 4 years old when I saw that balloon come through the door. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And this is for me. Wow, this is awesome. So, and I mean, like I said, we didn't end up going anywhere, but like, I don't know, for some reason that simple gesture meant a lot to me. And then, the cars that she got me, one for her and one on behalf of Jason. So, I was really appreciative. Like, I think after having such a great weekend, I was really appreciative of that simple gesture. Like these big dumb balloons, but like these are the greatest balloons. And she got me like these, it's my 40th birthday sunglasses. So yeah, if we go out today, I will definitely be wearing those. There will be pictures. Be on the lookout. So, but this is what hit me the most. What she said on Facebook. And I'm gonna try to read this as quickly as I possibly can because there's some stuff that I want to do before we close out. But this was her Facebook statement. So she said, turn the music down just a little bit. I remember the day that I knew I wanted to spend my forever with you. I was visiting DC and we had a ball. We were out with your friends and somehow ended up at IHOP, and the laughs just kept rolling the whole night. I think we probably came up with at least half of what would be our complete yet ever-growing arsenal of jokes that just the two of us share, and we are probably the only two who thinks they're funny. Anyway, at one point of the night, you were cutting up your pancakes, and you have such a distinct way that you hold whatever is in your hands at the moment. It could be a pen, or a fork, or a sandwich. It is so peculiar that it almost makes me nervous. Like, he's gonna drop that, or one wrong move, and I'm gonna have to sew his finger back on. That has not changed, by the way. Yeah, she showed me a better way to hold my knife and cut stuff, so I won't say it hasn't all the way changed. So you give me some changes there. Anyway, so she continues, and oddly enough, that was it for me. I was staring and looked at you cutting up these pancakes, and you winked at me. But you kept cutting the pancakes, LOL. I have no clue why, but right there in my head, I saw you tying a baby's shoes, cutting up a lunch sandwich for whoever your kid would be, holding a baby and holding my hand. I always want to correct something or someone when they do things different from me, but instead I wanted to learn how to see life through your eyes, your quirks, and maybe learn something about being careful the way you were being so careful with those pancakes. It was like looking at your hands was a confirmation of me and my heart being, quote, in the right hands. Seeing what I saw was weird because it wasn't a maybe, but a sure feeling that I would definitely witness these things in real time. I knew there would be lessons that we teach each other. I knew we'd have to get very comfortable with sharing space with another person. I knew we'd have to learn how to undo some of our ways of doing things in order to be better people for ourselves, each other, and those around us. And I was cool with that because you just seemed like the perfect person to learn how to adult with. You weren't even 30 yet. I wasn't even 25. But wow, look at how much truth came out of premonitions by pancakes. You have been my constant, my biggest supporter. You've been my sanctuary. You have been my sanctuary and my altar. I have come to you with what feels like the world's weight, and you have taken it in your amazing and God-blessed hands and turned it into hope. You've spoken so many hopeful and positive messages into me and my life. You've helped me to build a foundation of fullness in life after trauma and pain with joy and real positivity. I know that your prayers helped me to grow. You've given me the greatest gift ever in our son. What a blessing to learn how to better love you through the life of a little you. And you as a father is just another level of beautiful light and precious love that I could have never imagined. You do an amazing job with our little miracle. You would say I didn't need to thank you, but thank you. I am so blessed to have seen you grow from then to now. I have a front row seat to the amazing Joseph Lawrence goings, and what a view you are. It has been amazing watching you as not just my husband, but a father and a real friend. I'm still humbled by the way you honor your own parents and love and support your friends and family. I'm proud to carry your last name because of the greatness that you carry it with. God bless you, baby. I hope that 40 and beyond shines love down on you like you've never seen before. I hope that you get back tenfold the genuine support and overall good-hearted, best-intentioned love, honor, grace, and respect that you give to so many. I pray that all your hard work and focus lands you smack dab in the middle of your wildest dreams. I pray that God blesses you with many more years to enjoy the fruits of every labor. From our love to your career to your own personal growth, I love you and will forever invite your love and light to shine all over me because you are truly the mate to my soul. Happy birthday to the absolute best friend that I always needed and I'm so blessed to have. That was my wife, y'all. She said that to me, and I'm not gonna lie, like right now, like I'm reading that again and I'm trying my best not to get choked up, because if anybody knows me, and nobody knows me better than my mama, than God, and my wife. But anybody who really knows me knows how flawed I am, how imperfect I am. And for my wife, who we've been through so many different things together, for her to say those things to me, I mean, it's hard not to say that is the most endearing, sweetest thing anybody has ever said to me and about me. You know, and a lot of times I felt like I didn't even deserve for those things to be said about me. But she said it and she meant it. And baby, I know you probably asleep right now, you know, recovering from work, but I love you and I appreciate you for saying all of those things. And frankly, that's the best thing that could have happened on my 40th birthday. Not going out partying, not going out to dinner, not a big old dumb Planet 40 balloon, which I appreciate, not cards. That is one of the greatest gifts I've ever received in my entire life. No bull, you know. So that's lunching with the missus, y'all. That's a appetizer. That's a full meal. That's dessert, and that's a little bit of something afterwards. So yeah, that's my wife, y'all. Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to this, y'all. Before we get to that, of course, we gotta shout out the birthdays out there. I'm gonna get a sounder for the birthdays. I've been slacking on that, but I'm gonna have one soon. But anyway, of course, Libra season continues, the greatest season of all. I gotta roll the tape back a little bit because I forgot to make this very special shout out for another one of my birthday twins, the best looking birthday twin out of all my birthday twins, and that is none other than Mama Ransom. That's right, mom of my brother Ransom Relic. She celebrated her birthday. I ain't gonna tell y'all how old she is, but I'm gonna tell you like this: good black don't crack. That woman looks nowhere near her age. I love you, Mama Ransom. Celebrating a birthday tomorrow. We don't have any birthdays today that I know of. Celebrating a birthday tomorrow, my sis and my man Pat P's awesome wife, Neferah Tuma'ati Ra, celebrating a birthday tomorrow. Nataki and Mina celebrating birthdays on Friday. My big sis Jane celebrating a birthday on Saturday. My other big sis Pandora Love, C.W. Allen, Jamila, and Adriel all celebrating birthdays on Sunday the 6th. My man Neil, former producer of the week, Sage of Seven Paths, and Khaleesi all celebrating birthdays on the 7th. And Kenethia, my sis, Kenethia Austin, King Dragon, and Mike Francis all celebrating birthdays on October the 8th. So shout out to all of the Libras out there keeping our season going strong. Let's go ahead and get into this right here.
Let's see what's happening on the bar's community calendar.
This Friday, actually in 2 days, the Rock and Roll Hotel presents Ronin Train live with DJ Tej. Friday, October 4th. Doors open at 8, show from 9 p.m. to midnight. And that will be at the Rock and Roll Hotel, 1353 H Street Northeast. Opening acts include Tokyo Crow, at 9 o'clock. New Choice at 9:25. 1800 Rachata at 10 o'clock. Let me tell y'all, if y'all have not seen his show, that dude right there gives a show, and his fans come out. Allison Blanc, whose song The Feels we played earlier was the Fish Grease Pick of the Week. She will be performing at 10:35, and closing out will be Ronin Train at 11:15. Cost is $15. For more info, visit eventbrite.com and search Roan and Train. Or you can visit rockandrollhoteldc.com and just search their calendar, and you'll be able to find the Ronin Train show on there. And the last announcement that I wanted to make, and I wanted to make sure I made plenty of room for this, and I plan on being at least a couple of these events. Words Beats and Life Inc. will be presenting their hip hop festival from tomorrow, October 3rd to Sunday, October 2nd. Their lineup on tomorrow: the 2020 DC Youth Poet Laureate Finals at the Kennedy Center Millennium Stage, 2700 F Street Northwest. That will be from 6 to 7 p.m. On Friday, rap sessions at the GW Corcoran Building, George Washington University. Get it right, Joe. Corcoran Building from 5:30 to 6 p.m. Off the Track with Paint Jam artists at The Fridge, which is at 516 8th Street Southeast, from 7:30 p.m. And Latina Queens featuring Pingy Ring and Audrey Funk at the Kennedy Center Millennium Stage from 6 to 7 p.m. On Saturday, Breaking Masterclass with B-Girl JK47 and House Masterclass with Esperanto Beat at The Reach at the Kennedy Center from 12 to 2 p.m. Producer Masterclass with Ski Beats. Y'all don't know about Ski Beats? Just think Reasonable Doubt, y'all. At the Words Beats and Life headquarters, 1525 Newton Street Northwest from 12 to 2 p.m. A Little Louder, powered by Beat Conductors at The Fridge in the rear alley from 3 to 6 p.m. And We Got Now, featuring the Words, Beats, and Life Aged Out Ensemble at the Kennedy Center Millennium Stage from 6 to 7 p.m. And on Sunday, Fine Lines Paint Jam and Freshest of All Time, Breaking and House Jam at the Kennedy Center, 12 to 7 p.m. MC Cypher featuring DJ RBI of Capital Ill Radio. Shout out to Capital Ill Radio, and just renowned DJ. And he's going to be on the wheels and featuring my Fresh Tribe sister, Prowess the Testament, who will also be here on December 11th. So make sure y'all tune into that show. They're going to be performing at MC Cypher from 3 to 4 p.m. Producer Showcase from 4 to 5 p.m. Creative Career Pavilion 12 to 5 p.m. Family Fun Zone 2 to 4 p.m. And a concert starring ARK, Dimensions Theory, and Noyik the Grizzly Bear of Bad Human Art House. Dimes, my man Dimes, we had here back in June. And with Beneficial and Lord Better, who we also had along with Dimes. That will be from 5:30 to 6:15 p.m. For more info, because I know that's a lot for y'all to take in, visit Words, Beats, and Life on IG at Words, Beats, and Life, and you'll be able to find all of that information that I just read for this amazing, amazing hip-hop festival that will be taking place over the next 4 days. All right. With that, let's get to this.
Words of wisdom to get you through the rest of your week. These are the bars for life.
And these actually come from one of the artists that we played earlier today, as a tribute to Natalee and who she works for, Federal District Records. Shout out to my sis, Yvette, of the Dear Yvette Show, which comes on every Monday from starting at 2 p.m. She was 2 to 4. She may be 2 to 3 now. But just tune in at 2 p.m. every Monday right here on WinDCRadio.com. Shout out my sister, Yvette. She had Nimrod on the show on Monday, and he said something. This is something that he says to all of the artists out there to keep his artists encouraged as well. And that is, don't just go with the flow, be the flow. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Like, it's very easy for us to get caught up in what everybody else is doing, what the trend, but you have to be, I won't even say trendsetter. You got to be the standard bearer, because there's a difference between a trend and a standard. Trends can be passing. A standard is a lot more lasting. So, you definitely want to create your own vibe, create your own wave instead of going with the current wave, And that's really a tribute to who we had here earlier, Rod Deshawn. I mean, he talked about it as well. Natalee, she also talked about it, as well to a certain degree in terms of the artist that she looks for. And it's not just artistry, it's just life, period. You want to be yourself. God made you special. God made you your own person. No two alike like a snowflake. So if none of us are just alike, own your own voice, own your own flow. And that's it, that's all. Make sure y'all stay tuned for DMV Culture Club later today, 6 to 8 p.m. and Grind Season Radio from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on WinDCRadio.com, the WinDC Radio app. Many of these shows available Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and of course, it's all powered by GoWin.media. Thank you to everybody who tuned in today. Definitely, yeah, Calvin. I'm telling you, it got me choked up too, bro. Like I was legit trying not to cry. You know what I mean? But shout out to you, brother, for always shout out my man Calvin Williams. That man, if nobody else stayed to the end, Calvin every single week stays to the end. I appreciate you, brother. And shout out, I see Demetrius was here earlier. My main man, DC's own Smoke D was here earlier. Virgil Birdman, I appreciate you for tuning in. Mike Mays, aka Dub, appreciate you for tuning in. And everybody who was tuned in today, I appreciate all the love, Team Bars. Y'all always represent, and I love and appreciate each and every last one of you, whether you have been riding since day one or you brand new. I appreciate the love. Make sure y'all tune in next week. We have Impulse, dope fire MC, man. He's coming through. He'll be here at 11:15, and then calling in, longtime supporter, going back to even my Breakout Kings days. We got Tamara Bubble calling in at noon. That's next week, October 9th. So you definitely want to make sure you tune into that show. We're gonna go ahead and close out for today. Who will be performing on Friday? None other than Ronan Train. And this is Say What, produced by my main man ADST Music. And y'all make sure y'all have a great week. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy this beautiful weather while it lasts. And make sure y'all tune in next week to the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. Love, peace, and happiness, y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Check. 1, 2. Say what? Yo, Optimus Primal. You can call me Big Bob. Download the discography so you can see I've been hot. Hating on music, singing trumpet's not a big guy. Movado, I think not. Your wristwatch is big lots. Grinding every day in the D-Dot, C-Dot. Hopping, shredding raps with Rocksteady and bebop. Getting my hands dirty when the beat hot. It's hip-hop. Your evening gown, give me yoga pants and flip-flops. When it's time to battle, my rifle's up the dreadlocks. Say on the grizzly when you're rolling through the city. When I pull it out, don't need to stay. You know I know it's pretty. It's a record for a dream and your fingers are getting itchy. You scheme small, I'm thinking of sharing scenes on the big screen. Was always Aldana in space painted in green. Couldn't be possibly impossible how it seems. If you shoot for the moon, then at least you land on the trees. It's the R-O-N-E and N-I-G-H-T. Resurrected like Coulson was in Tahiti. And all you gotta do is stay alive like a BG. And return back in black like rocking with AC/DC. Move up, get up, stand up, shake up, rise up, make up, pull up, wake up, man up, lift up, wait up, straight up, break up, take up, stay up. Say what? Move up, get up, stand up, shake up, rise up, make up, pull up, wake up, man up, lift up, wait up, straight up, break up, pay up, stay up. Say what? Heard the beat, I went straight disaster. It's like giving a wagyu cow to a Jurassic Raptor. I ain't gonna leave it breathing. Only person close to me is Train. Right now, me and him is even Steven. Other than that, no equals. Everybody dies in this movie, no sequels. I'm a rap assassin, backpacking my passion, backpacking a track for so many bars. Your head's bobbing so hard to be grabbing the ass. Cold, I know, like I'm rapping the ass. You gon' get these bars, may have to force feed them. I ain't come this far to be subpar. Jedi rhyme spit wrong, he got the force feed him. God flow, I ain't God though. The way I killed the beat, I could probably arrange to meet him.
Hello, Rome, this is God. Just wanted to say you're doing a real good job. This whole great album really goes hard.
Huh? The King of Kings is rapping on my track now? Speaking through my raps now?
You're one of my greatest creations by far. Rowan and Train have incredible bars.
Man, I can't believe who I got to consort with. Lord, thanks for the endorsement. Oh, man. Move
get up, stand up, shake up, rise up, make up, pull up, wake up, man up, lift up, wait up, straight up, break up, pay up, stay up, say what? Move up, get up, stand up, shake up, rise up, make up, pull up, wake up, man up, lift up, wait up, straight up, break up, pay up, stay up, say what?
Bars.
That's it.
I did it. Mommy did it?
Yes.
Oh.
Say the bars.
You want to do bars?
Bars.